Tonight's episode is brought to you by Mac Weldon. For 20% off your first order, visit macweldon.com/CAGcast and enter promo code CAGcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 703. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who's the natural pick to voice Garfield, Wombat.
Did I ever tell you about the time that Lorenzo Music yelled at me?
Who's Lorenzo Music?
He was the voice of Garfield.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was also the voice of Peter Venkman on the real Ghostbusters cartoon.
I watched that.
Yeah. So the voice of Garfield was a famous actor named Lorenzo Music, who was generally and
That's his real name.
That's his real name. He was a nice guy, and one time I gave him directions to get to an audition, and I gave him the wrong directions, and he got lost, and he yelled at me for 20 minutes. I mean, it was my fault, but
you did deserve it.
Now, I did deserve it.
Did he also play the clown in Garfield?
He might have.
Because that was he yelling at you in that voice?
No, he was yelling at me in his regular. It was weird because it did sound like Garfield yelling at me. Like in the back of my head, all I'm thinking was Garfield is yelling at me.
Wow, and he's
Garfield
grumpy.
doesn't yell at anybody.
I know he's passed away though. So, but again, he was a 90% of my dealings with him. He was a nice guy.
Okay.
And Garfield lives on. That's the important.
Let us know if anybody else you talk about. Let us know if whether they're living or dead.
And
well, I feel like I don't want to sound like I'm saying that some guy who died it was a jerk. I don't know.
And he can't stick up for himself because he's dead.
Exactly. So I want to make sure it's I want to preface it by saying he was a nice guy and I made a mistake.
Right.
Cold ground.
Exactly. He's 6 feet under. There's no lasagna where he is.
Was it like Robert De Niro yelling at where his cab driver is or his limo driver is? Have you heard that clip?
No, I have not.
Oh my God. He's standing on the side. Where are you? Where are you? Just like he's in a movie. It's pretty great.
Yeah, it was probably yes, similar to that. He dropped some F-bombs. If you ever wanted to hear, too bad it was long. I mean, this is literally 20 years ago. 20 years ago, you didn't have something you could record something with in your pocket. Because part of me would have just had that right up to the phone recording him trying to get, Garfield saying, "You fucked up. You fucked up.
Where's my lasagna?
Where's my lasagna?"
I guess if you're going to be yelled at by somebody, being yelled at by an actor or, voice actor, they're going to yell at you the best, really. They can really do it. They're physically trained to do it, but also classically trained in the acting sense to do it, to really pull it off. So I hope you probably felt extra bad.
Yes, that's I want to say 2 times I was yelled at by a celebrity.
So he was on the way to an audition?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
So would he have been Alf if he'd have gotten there in time?
It was probably for a commercial. It wasn't for and this was 2000, not 1984. How old are you making me in this story?
Maybe it was an Alf reboot.
I was 20 years old when they were auditioning for Alf.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Alf could make a comeback. I feel like that bit's not done.
Did you ever see
Didn't
the movie or
I feel like he had a talk show or something.
He did. They tried a few times. I think Paul Fusco's still alive.
Yeah, he was on the Game Awards 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay, I believe you.
He was there.
Every time we're going to mention somebody, we're just going to say whether they're alive or dead, or whether we think they're alive or dead.
Yes.
Is that how we're doing this now?
That's literally what I do all the time. I think I'm just putting it into the show finally. I don't know. Mm-hmm.
There should be an app for that. You just put the person's name. It just says alive or dead. That's it.
I was looking to see if someone was alive or dead literally when Shipwreck logged in. So
who?
The lead singer and songwriter for the Left Bank.
Oh, I'm sorry. I asked.
Part of the conversation.
No, I was not there for that.
And he's dead.
I was, unfortunately.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm glad I missed that. I'm glad you got it out of your system.
The Left Bank, cheapy.
I do not know. I can honestly say I'm not familiar.
Do you know
with
they got all the way to number 5 with their hit song in 1966? Walk Away, Renee.
That's the song.
I don't know.
I got it right.
I don't want to know it either. I feel.
That's what I came online
big song.
to Wombat telling me about.
Yeah. Anyway, I was down a rabbit hole.
So I think that's why I think you were old enough to be there when they were casting for Alf.
Because I had the 45 of the Left Banks Walk Away Renee with Pretty Ballerina on the B-side.
Those are words.
Those are all words.
Anyway, how was your Halloween? Did you do any more trunk or treat?
No, we had Sabrina. I don't know if you're familiar with teenage girls, but when
very much. I have one under the table here right now.
When there's too many of them in the same place at the same time, it's a volatile situation. And Sabrina invited like 10 girls over.
Right.
And they came and they all met up in our backyard. So it was nice. It was outside. And they went to go trick-or-treating all together as a big group. And they took Elliot with them. And when they started to go trick-or-treating, like 10, 13-year-old girls will do, they all wanted to go in different directions. They couldn't agree on anything. They started arguing. This girl didn't want to walk with this girl. And it was like a whole thing. And they wound up splitting up into like 3 groups. But the group with Sabrina did not have Elliot in it. So
she blew off her brother on her friends.
No, she didn't realize that her brother had separated into another group until it was, I don't want to say too late. I mean, they found him. They found each other, not.
Wait.
Didn't take,
alive or dead?
It would be a very different show today.
You seem like you're in a pretty good mood.
I'm in a really good mood for everything that happened. Right. No, it was just, but there was like, 5 minutes there were like, do you know where your brother is? Luckily, we knew who he was with, and we had one of the numbers of the people in his little group. It's not like he was lost. He just was separated. It was drama. So
sounds fine.
Yep. They found him. And then instead of 10 girls coming back to the house, only
doesn't he have a phone? He doesn't have a phone.
He didn't take it with him.
Wow.
We told him not to.
Wow.
So
and he listened to you.
Fun, and he listened, but it was fine. And then they all came back to the backyard and we lit a fire and made s'mores and butt pizzas, and everyone had a nice Halloween.
Butt pizzas?
Butt pizzas. We had butt pizzas.
That's the best. A little salty, but
we bought pizzas. I'm sorry I didn't enunciate good enough for you.
I didn't know it was a Long Island. You guys are famous.
Did you dress up as a werewolf? Speaking enunciation, man? Huh?
I just thought it was a regional thing.
It is. What did you do for Halloween?
I have 2 small children, so I walked them around the neighborhood.
Did you reuse the costume for that?
My costume?
Yes, your costume.
Yeah. I was Coach Beard out there. I received a beer at one of the houses that we were trick-or-treating at because they shouted out Coach Beard and then handed me a beer.
And your daughter dressed up as Danny Gonzalez, right? Footballer's Life.
Yeah.
Danny Rojas.
Danny Rojas. Oh, that's his
Danny
name.
Rojas. Yeah.
Who's Danny Gonzalez? Why am I making that name up?
I think he was in the left bank.
Is he? Probably.
He's dead.
Hopefully Danny Rojas doesn't die.
Oh no, he's a YouTuber. That's what it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now I feel bad. There's got to be more. There's got to be a Danny Gonzalez that's dead.
No, he's a YouTuber that my kids like, and he's very much alive.
No Danny Gonzalez has ever died.
None.
Not
the one I was talking. You know what? This is getting out of hand.
So my kids went as Squirrel Girl and Storm Shadow.
Nice.
So yeah, they had fun. We walked around. We had a Halloween trolley. You guys got these?
No.
So there was my neighborhood's fairly large, and so
just rent the trolley.
To do a loop, it's about like, I don't know. If you just did a straight loop, it's about 2 miles, right? So kids get going one direction, and then you're a mile out, and their Halloween buckets are full, and they're like, I think I've had enough, and you're like, well, we're a mile away from the house right now.
Right.
So in comes the Halloween trolley, and picks you up and takes you back to your house.
That's nice. Does it look
Yeah.
like? What does it look like?
It looks like the trolley from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
That's a good trolley.
Yeah.
That's what you want your
It's pretty
trolleys to
good.
look like.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. It like came by like right at the right time too. Like it just happened to be going past our street right as we were done. But
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
People really
was fun.
enjoyed the costume, and I saw you got a lot of love for your costume on Twitter from like the creator of the Ted Lasso
And the actor.
Yeah.
and the actor.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yep. So yeah, it was fun. I can make a convincing Coach Beard.
That's good. Like
That's a fact.
if something happens to the actor, you can fill in.
I hope not. Wombat, check on that. Nothing's happened to him.
Is he alive?
I mean,
what's the status?
It's a long show.
Check the app.
So he's fine now, but
Nice.
What'd you do, Chibi?
I didn't do anything. Ty dressed up as some anime character. He told me what to buy for him. He dressed up as some from Demon Slayer. I couldn't tell you the character's name. And his friend dressed up as a different Demon Slayer character, and they went trick-or-treating together. And I put a big bowl of candy out in front of the house and some old PlayStation 4 games. And people took them. People took everything.
I was gonna say they took the games.
They took the games. They took all the candy. They took everything. They took pictures in front of the house with. We bought like a big, a shitty big spider on it from Amazon. It was like $12 or something, and just stuck it on the wall, and people were taking pictures in front of it. But it looked horrible. I don't know, but I was happy that they liked it. But and that was it. It was pretty uneventful, and it's also so warm that I didn't even put out the Halloween decorations until like 3 days before Halloween because it was like 60 degrees out. Doesn't feel right.
Not right now.
Now it's cold, but it's going to be warm again next week, I think.
I know, but it's gonna be cold over the weekend when I'm camping.
Yeah, I can't believe you go camping. Why do you go camping? You like that?
Do I? It's not.
Yes.
I don't do it for me.
I'm asking if you. Well, I'm just asking if you liked it. I didn't ask you who you do it for. I asked you if you like it.
I like the physical act of camping.
What does that
I'm
mean
not
exactly? Go on.
I don't like the commuting to the campsite because I think it's too far away.
Okay.
And I don't like the lugging of the crap to the campsite and actually the setting up isn't so bad. It's the getting everything to the campsite is a big pain in the ass. And then getting everything from the campsite back to the car because you can't like park right at the campsite. You have to park like, I don't know, 100 yards away or something like that.
Sounds like you need a
pain.
camping trolley.
Well, basically, yeah. Yeah, like a golf cart.
Forget about the
all that.
driving and the logistics. You like sleeping outside in a tent and eating.
Yeah, I got a brand new air mattress that we're going to use for the first time.
God.
That's camping?
Yeah, you don't sleep on the ground. You bring an air mattress.
Everybody
I haven't
brings
been
an air
camping in a
mattress?
while.
Yeah.
I thought you just slept on the ground.
No, everyone brings an air mattress now.
Oh,
I've been
wow.
using the same one for 3 years. And I finally got like
This sounds
a
like some
good
Long
one.
Island ass camping.
It's an air mattress. I still sleep in a tent. It's still going to be 38 degrees out with no heat.
I would not have thought of bringing an air mattress to a tent. I would have been
Yeah.
like, here's my sleeping bag.
That's what I
No,
thought.
because
That's
then
what
you-
I assumed, actually. Yeah.
Because
Right.
if you bring the air mattress, you still want to make sure there are no like real sharp rocks underneath the tent, but you don't have to like really rake it good. You just have to like do a good enough job.
Right.
Because I have it's like a 13-inch air mattress, queen size, with the built-in pump.
You have a queen size air mattress.
In a tent.
Uh-huh.
What kind of tent is this?
I know.
Good
I'm
tent.
hoping it's not too big.
Wait, you're
tent-
sharing it. You're sharing
Wait,
it
you
with
don't
your
know
with
if it's
Elliot.
too big? You
I
don't know
hope
if
it's
it's too
not
big
too
for your
big.
tent?
We'll find out together.
You're not going to measure first and check it out?
No.
Oh, no. That sounds bad.
I'll bring the other one just in case if I have to go back to the car and get it. Like I'll bring
Oh.
the old one and just put it in the trunk. But yeah,
How many nights?
just one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just the one night.
Okay.
I really want you to lay that into the tent and turn on the pump to put the air in it and record that just to see when it
It-
expands what happens.
It should be fine. I can't imagine. It may be the whole floor of the tent, but it should be fine.
That would be luxurious.
Yeah. Yep. And
Like
then
a
I'll just
bouncy
have-
house, actually.
Like a bouncy house. And Elliot and I will sleep in there and hopefully not freeze to death and everything. And that'll be that.
Sounds fun.
Mhm.
I enjoy that.
I probably won't, but
Yeah.
you know,
Elliot likes it?
he likes it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he loves it.
Oh.
So.
All right,
So
cool.
there. I like how sleeping on an air mattress is the differentiation between. So if I said I don't sleep on an air mattress, everything else is the same. Just the sleeping bag. That's real camping. But bringing something that packs up small but inflates into a mattress.
I just never heard of that before. I
separate-
just never heard of someone bringing air mattresses to a camp out. But you're telling me that everybody's doing it. I don't, I'm not really up to date on the camping stuff. As
Right.
you know.
It's not
I
only
remember
that, but
cots
it's
at some point.
it's an outdoor air mattress. It's made for camping.
I didn't even
The
know
one
that
I got.
existed.
Yes.
See?
It's a lumberjack brand air mattress. So if that, that's got to be tough, right?
I guess.
I don't know. It's an outdoor air mattress. It said it right on the package.
It's good. That's good. And have fun. Hopefully it's not too cold. Hopefully you don't freeze your nuts off.
I will.
Oh.
Anyway,
do you like my new shirt that I got?
Dear Hell Week shirt from the Orange Theory?
Yes, and I not only that did I get that, but I won the raffle for wearing my RoboCop shorts it was Crazy Shirt Day, but I pretended like I thought it was Crazy Short Day because I don't have any crazy shirts, but I have the RoboCop shorts, which are ridiculous. It's RoboCop's head on the back, like giant, blown up all over your ass. It's pretty ridiculous. And
so what'd you win?
I won the most useless prize to me ever. It's a cocktail shaker with like margarita mix, various margarita mixes and glasses. And I said, I don't think this is, I said to them, I don't think this is in keeping with like the whole Orange Theory, like thing, like the margaritas. Like this is like,
doesn't your wife like a nice cocktail?
Not a margarita in the house. I don't think that's not.
I mean, you should get a recipe.
Margaritas in the house.
I mean, she's never once said like, "Oh, I wish I had a margarita."
And you could be shaking it up for her and say, "Welcome home."
I don't know how to do that.
And then you pour it for her. Then you hand her the glass.
You know how to use Google.
She's not looking for me to mix her drinks, I think is basically what we're saying. Like at
home. I think she is. You just don't realize it.
She's happy.
What about getting a frozen margarita machine?
She drinks sake and beer, and she's pretty satisfied with that.
Nah,
and maybe
she
some
does
wine
that.
once in a while.
You tell the Echo to play a little soul bossa nova.
She'll save that for when we go out to eat at the fake Mexican restaurants that we go to, because we don't have any real authentic ones around here. But anyway, so that was good. That was a good. Oh, let me ask you this question. Maybe I told you this already. Like 4 months ago, after one of the Orange Theory classes, I pulled a guy aside who I noticed his rowing.
You pulled the guy?
I pulled
Is that like I'm pulling a muscle?
I didn't pull a guy aside. I noticed one of the guys who's always there the same day and time as me was rowing like really incorrectly. And I've seen him before. And finally, I always thought like maybe I should say something to him because I have this Instagram account that I follow that has a lot of tips. Okay, Shipwreck's shaking his head no. I have this Instagram account that I love, and I took a rowing class from the same guy, and I was going to tell him just to check out the guy. So after the class was over, it was just me and him in like the locker room area, and very nicely I said to the guy, I said, "Hey, I was watching you row, and I have this Instagram account that I think that you could really benefit from. I look at it every day, and in fact, I've taken 2 20-day rowing classes from the guy, and I really recommend it. It's called Training Tall, by the way. Has nothing to do with being tall. The guy's just tall." And the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I've heard of that actually. I think I've seen some of those videos before." And he said that, "Yeah, I have a tough time with the rowing." He was saying that he does it and he doesn't even get tired. It's a weird. And I was like, "Yeah, just check it out. You may find some benefit for him." Okay, that's how it went. He seemed very receptive to it. I was very like humble about it. I didn't mention anything about like me. It was all about just check this guy out. He's great. I love this guy. So after that, I've never seen the guy again. It was 4 months ago. He was always there the same time as me. Literally, like I said that and I never saw him again. That was 4 months ago. He was there. I would see him 2 or 3 times a week. He seemed fine though.
Check the site.
I don't know his name.
Wait, I looked him up.
I don't know. I was thinking about that
Orange-
today. I was thinking, I haven't seen
Orange
this dude.
Theory guy. Wait, let me look that up.
His name could have been Matt, or Greg, whatever. All these white people.
Matt, Greg, Orange Theory. Oh.
I was trying to be nice, and I'm a big fan of this training tall guy.
It seems that it's saying that he died in a rowing machine accident. The only thing they found on him was his phone had an app called Training All. It's hard to read.
Right. That was probably it. Training All. He misheard me, and he watched the wrong thing, and then he rode into a wall somehow.
Exactly.
He rode right into the wall.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about that today. Like,
Wow,
haven't seen that guy.
He had 7 children, and he was a single parent.
Yikes! All right, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. I always question like whether I should interact with people there, because especially by the end of the class, like I'm pretty out of it by the end of the class. Like I'm pretty exhausted. Like I forget where I parked my car. I forget which locker is mine. So yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe it didn't come. Maybe like the actual conversation didn't go as I actually remember it. But I don't know. I'll let you know if I ever see the guy again. If he ever shows up again.
I can't wait.
Yes. How about some show feedback?
I hope you go up to him and are like, I remember our conversation from 4 months ago.
I would totally say something if I said like I do feel bad. I've been thinking about it.
I remember you rowing machine.
Because I figured like he was gonna come back.
Rowing machine.
Was he gonna stab me?
Yeah, that would be you to him.
I remember rowing machine. Why? Why would I talk like that?
I remember rowing machine.
Oh, is that all I said to him?
This.
No. I feel like I was more coherent than that, but like I said, you never know.
All right. Anyway.
Show feedback.
Gay Punk has to say, I don't think Wombat is some partisan monster, but I get what you're saying. Wombat speaks on his personal understanding of the world. As a queer and trans listener, I can usually trust Wombat to advocate for the community. We're not a monolith, but still, and that always makes me feel respected when listening to the show. Cheapy is the Howard Stern. Ship is the straight man, no pun intended, and Wombat is cranky but compassionate. It's a great balance. Love you, Wombat, and probably you guys as well.
I feel like he says it's a great balance, or she, or they, is a great balance, but
Just stop while you're ahead.
But only loves Wombat.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not that great of a balance. It could be greater of a balance. There's room for more balance.
And I got comments from the YouTubes this week too.
Excellent. We love YouTubes.
Yeah. So Stuart Bagley has to say, I'm very upset that this YouTube channel does not have more subscribers. I've been following these guys since it was just Cheapy and Wombat. It's great stuff. I still chuckle when I think about Cheapy complaining about Xbox Vista all those years ago.
I don't even remember what I was complaining about.
I don't know either, but we have a YouTube channel. It's CAGcast. Find it, follow it.
That's a good classic clip for Shanafan maybe to pull if he gets really bored.
Yep.
Xbox Vista clip, whatever that is.
And if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you could read the comments as they happen, and you get some classic comments like this one from School for Brian, who says that he loves to hear Cheapy complaining about how he had to use a push broom.
I didn't understand this comment.
I think it's just people find the.
Did he like this? Did he find the story actually humorous, or is he saying the fact that I use a push broom is humorous, or that I'm complaining about using a push broom is humorous?
You complaining about using a push broom is humorous.
That's your read into it?
That is, yes.
I mean, it's not like I was, sweeping a floor with it. I was moving large volumes of water off my lawn with it. I thought it was an unusual use of a push broom, which is why I told the story on the show. It would be like somebody complaining like, oh, LOL, Cheapy drove his car to the store, but like the end of the story was like it burst into flames or something like that. Maybe not quite that dramatic, but you understand what I'm saying.
Good analogy. Yeah.
Thank you.
But I also thought this was also
it got wet. How about it got really wet? It got really, really wet.
Got it.
This was a good lead in for you to update us on your backyard.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, my landscaper George came and he dug like a big trench in my lawn, like at the end of the lawn, and filled it with rocks and tried to like slope it a little bit. And I'm not 100% convinced that it's going to work, but it's going to be like the cheapest short-term solution for now. And if it doesn't work, but it's close to working, he can make
broom.
What's that? I won't need
that broom.
I have the broom. It's right there, but he can make the trench bigger, or longer, or a ditch, I guess you would call it. A moat? Maybe it's a moat. It's a moat. It's a trench with rocks in it. Some moat. It will have water in it.
Very small moat.
When it rains.
I don't know how does a moat have to fully go around something? Can you have like just a little moat?
I think it has to go around to qualify as a moat.
What, like an island?
Yeah, you
like
have to make it in a circle around the house.
You can't just have a moat in your front yard and
I don't
not
know
in
if
your
you have
backyard.
like a semi-moat.
I think that it's like a half moat.
I feel like you can just anything that's moat-like qualifies as a moat, and there's no like strict rules. But
pretty sure there are strict rules about this. I have the moat handbook, but it's in the other room.
Oh shit, that's really unfortunate. Maybe bring it for next week.
I will.
We had that shit for next week. Let's do some Watch This Boys, because
Yes,
we're boys and we've been watching this. In honor of Halloween and the fact that I had recently acquired the 4K UHD Stanley Kubrick set, we watched The Shining with the family. And that movie holds up really, really well. And
yes, it doesn't surprise me.
And if you haven't, if you haven't watched it in a while and you're watching it with this new version, it looks really good. Like it looks like a modern movie, sort of. Like they did a nice job. It looks really clean. The sound is great, and it really Ty got pretty scared by it, I think, but didn't have any trouble sleeping. And having seen the movie many times, but not in like the last 10 years, I was able, I really enjoyed it more. I picked up on a lot of stuff that I didn't notice before and felt like I understood it the best that I ever had.
He's blowing the guy in the bear suit.
I got that part. I always got that from day one. Yeah, no, I got that. I always got that. And also I had watched Dr. Sleep in the meantime. Have you seen that?
I haven't. You asked me that like 2 weeks ago.
No, it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
it was
literally 2 weeks ago. You asked me.
Why?
Have I seen Dr. I think you talked about getting the box set or something.
No,
he came up.
Oh, okay.
It did come up. But it's okay.
You should watch it. It's not bad, and it's the same. Oh, because it's the same director as Midnight Mass.
Oh, okay. That's probably where it came up.
And also The Haunting of Hill House, which we started watching because we liked Midnight Mass so much, and we watched the first 2 episodes of that, and it's very good, very excellent so far.
Which is also a remake of an older thing.
Yes, it's a book or something.
It was a movie.
It was a movie? Okay.
Yeah.
William Castle.
Okay. I saw that Mike Flanagan got the credit for the teleplay, whatever that means. But it's very, to me, it's very Stephen King-esque, just like Midnight Mass. So
it has
my
no
thing.
Resemblance to the original, really.
I don't know. Not even familiar with it. But it's pretty spooky and scary. I recommend it so far.
Cool.
And we also finished The Naked Director, which we talked about a million times. That's the Japanese porn star one. Finally finished it. Highly recommend that. Probably the best looking Japanese produced thing that I've seen in terms of just like production quality. And it's also great and a crazy story. What else? Oh, the big thing that everybody wants to hear is Shipwreck's review of Snake Eyes.
Please indulge us.
I watched it. So
was it in 4K? Because maybe that could have helped.
I did watch it in 4K.
Okay, good,
yes.
good. That's good.
I got the full experience. Wombat watched this last week, and so he can talk about it this week too, because he didn't get to talk about it last week because I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this right now for our listeners. This is for the listeners. Shipwreck and I are about to spoil Snake Eyes. We're not pushing this to the end of the show. We're not doing a long thing, but we are going to spoil Snake Eyes. So
it's going to be fine too.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. If you still want to see it, honestly, this won't ruin anything for you by us spoiling the entire movie. So we're going to talk about it. I'm going to count it down in 3, 2, 1. All right.
What a crop! That's a big crop
of spoilers.
Yes. So here's the thing. So you ever watch a movie that's either based on something or or based on a true story. So you're kind of sometimes you're just like waiting for the thing to happen that you know because you're familiar with either the true story or what the thing is based on.
Sure.
Okay. Well, in Snake Eyes, the thing you're waiting to happen is something's going to happen to that dude's face
Or his throat,
or something.
or he's going to take a vow, or various methods of creating the Snake Eyes persona.
You're saying we're going to learn why we don't see his face or hear his voice?
The name of this is G.I. Joe Origins, right? Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're sitting there, like in Deadpool. In Deadpool, it starts off Ryan Reynolds has the Ryan Reynolds face. You know that at some point in Deadpool, he's going to get the Deadpool face. You just know that's going to happen. So you're kind of like waiting for the thing. In Snake Eyes, I watched this movie, and I know it sounds morbid, but I was kind of waiting for the thing. Like, is he going to like stick his face in a blender? Is it going to be a helicopter accident? Is it going to be a Snake Eyes slash? Are we talking acid? Are we talking magical firestone?
Snakes.
That's a thing.
So many snakes, maybe, just attacking his face.
There, no joke. There are giant magical snakes in this
There's
movie.
The snakes from Harry Potter in this movie.
Giant magical.
Yes.
Giant magical Harry Potter snakes. And there's 3 of them in this movie. Snakes that do not appear in nature are in this movie.
They were in the cartoon though, right?
Yeah, I'm fine with that actually. Though I don't even care that this is like a new telling of Snake Eyes. Like it's just, why is it? Like, why is this movie a thing?
It didn't have to be a Snake Eyes movie. And I think thematically the supernatural elements that they thrust in there, like the giant snakes and a magical stone that
magic rock.
Yeah, there's a magic rock that shoots fire. These are things that like there's no other magic in the movie, and it doesn't really make sense.
It doesn't show up until like maybe like an hour and 15 minutes into the film too. Like before that, it's just kind of like this middling like crime suspense thing. And by the way, Snake Eyes just total dick the entire movie.
Oh yeah, he's a real asshole. He's not a good guy.
Just not a likable guy whatsoever.
And at the end of the movie, they're like, why don't you become a G.I. Joe? He has no military training. He's not a good person. But Scarlett's like, hey, G.I. Joe could use a guy like you. Not you, Storm Shadow, the leader of this clan that's literally done nothing wrong, really, in his entire life.
He made like one bad choice in the entire movie.
And now he's Cobra.
And now he's Cobra.
Yeah, and now he's Cobra. Meanwhile, Snake Eyes, who's really been the antagonist this entire film, at the end of the movie, they're like, hey, you kind of helped us out here. You're the only honorable person left. No, he isn't. Why don't you join G.I. Joe with us? And he's like, do I get a cool helmet? And they're like, fuck yeah, you get a cool helmet. Then he puts the helmet on and drives off on a motorcycle. And then he's Snake Eyes. They show that in the trailer, by the way.
So he talks in the movie, throughout the whole movie.
He doesn't stop talking.
The whole movie. He never stops talking. He never stops being an asshole.
So,
and he has the
entire movie is just him lying to different people and trying to steal crap. That's the entire movie.
That's great.
It is. Oh my! Do you know why he gets into G.I. Joe?
They're desperate.
Because his dead dad. By the way, I looked it up on the site. His dad's dead. His dead dad was G.I. Joe. We don't know which G.I. Joe. We were
save that for the sequel.
Yeah, we were theorizing on what G.I. Joe it could have been, but
I'll probably make one up for the movie, the next movie.
I mean,
the frustrating part about this is like, this is essentially the same situation as Marvel movies, right? They have 40 years of material to pull from.
Mm-hmm.
Like 40 years of stories and characters. They're introducing new characters in this movie for some reason. Like,
why?
Yeah, like why are we inventing new people? It's so like the tone of it too is just like it can't decide whether it's serious or if it's a comedy with no jokes. I don't know. It's really strange.
Yikes.
Yeah. And it doesn't know how to. I talked about this last week. It doesn't know how to use some of the actors, like the real kung fu. Henry Golding is not a kung fu guy.
The actors were okay, and that's part of the disappointing too, is because like it's almost an entirely Asian cast, and so you're kind of like pulling for them to like pull off this movie. Like we're rooting for everybody here. Right. What's happening?
What's happening is they have a shitty script. That's
exactly
what's happening.
Why does that happen? Like I said, they have 40 years of material.
It's you know what it is? It's the director of the movie was, I think it's Robert Schwenke. Schwenke?
Can't trust anybody with a name like that.
Yeah, he's a long time director. He directed I think his last big hit was R.I.P.D.
Shipwreck, love that movie.
Yeah.
He's put simply, he's not a talented director. He's also probably not an expensive director. And he's also a director that he's a studio guy. He's a guy that studios hire to come in, say action and cut, but not have a vision.
Yeah, that's the problem is like there's no vision to it.
There's
whatsoever.
no vision. Yeah,
it just goes through the paces. Like I don't understand. Like we talked about this a little bit, not on the show, but like if you're gonna start a G.I. Joe movie, you don't need to explain to everybody like what G.I. Joe is or like the backstory behind characters. Like that hardly matters at all. You start off at like the Serpentor. Like everybody's going around trying to create Serpentor. Like that's the movie, right?
That's the best story. Machine. That was the whole best story in the cartoon.
Right. You start right there.
You know what? And and the funny thing is, I bet that would work. Like it opens with Zartan in Rome. And
like it's got the whole world travel thing.
Yeah, he's trying to steal the essence of Julius Caesar, and Duke is there, and they almost stop.
He's got
him,
Abraham Lincoln semen.
Yeah, but think about that. You have
it's national treasure type of thing.
Like, it'd be great.
Yeah. Dr. Mindbender is going into the log cabin to steal the thing from Lincoln's beard hair from the Smithsonian, and then you have Scarlett jump down from the she falls in through the skylight in the roof. Literally, I could write this movie sleeping. I could write this movie, and I guarantee you it'd be a fucking hell of a good time.
Who are the twins?
Tomax and Zaymot.
Tomax and Zaymot. Yep.
They're going to infiltrate Joe Rogan's podcast studio and swab his cheek for DNA.
No, they're getting Rasputin.
There's a history lesson here too.
But you got to have some comic relief in there. You got to fuck up the movie a little bit.
That's why Shipwreck comes in.
Yeah. I think you have Shipwreck and Snowjob going after Zaymot and Tomax, and he's complaining because he's used to being on the water and this is cold. And Snowjob's like, you don't know what like cold is.
It's the simplest thing to write. Like you throw in some like fast.
I literally wrote a funnier joke.
Like explosions. Like this isn't a difficult movie to make successful. Like stop making it what it isn't.
Because, yes, the Joes fail in the first half of the movie too, because they have to make Serpentor. Although maybe they get everything except for one thing, and that's why Serpentor isn't perfect. Like one Joe succeeds, but they go on with the experiment anyway, and that's why Serpentor is not perfect.
Yep.
And and that's why they're able to beat him at the end, and it's like a whole thing. And you get all your favorite characters in it. You got your Cobra Commander. You got your Destro. You recast everybody.
And you don't have to explain any of the characters.
No.
Because you've got a guy in a snow outfit, and you've got a guy who looks like a ninja.
Right. You got Metal Face. You got Glass Face. You got the twins.
You got
the woman.
6'7" black guy named Roadblock. Yes. I understand everything I need to know about that.
Right.
I'd watch that movie.
Huh? You have an angry guy with a Rottweiler. His name is Junkyard, and this is Mud.
His name is Junkyard Dog. Sounds good. I'm in.
Yep. Yeah.
Get Chris Pratt in there as one of the characters.
As Serpentor.
No, we need like Gary Oldman as Serpentor. A younger Gary Oldman, maybe.
James Spader.
Too old.
James Spader is younger than Gary Oldman.
I know Gary Oldman. I said a young Gary Oldman.
Oh, a young Gary Oldman.
Yes. Is he alive still?
I'll check the site.
I feel like maybe what we get out of Snake Eyes is a director with who has a vision that just gets fed up with what they're doing at G.I. Joe and going, I can fix this. And,
Right. Kevin
and
Smith
actually wants to make a G.I. Joe movie.
How about Kevin Smith? Does he like G.I. Joe? He could probably do
He
it.
likes He-Man.
I know that. He already got that job.
He
This
did.
could be his next job. Just saying.
I like his He-Man show, but that's neither here nor there.
That's good.
Mhm.
I'm glad.
Okay. I think we Snake Eyes'd it out.
Good. I'm glad you got that off your chest. I know it was disturbing for both of you.
I know it's surprisingly horrible.
It is. It's bad. Like I even last week, I'm like, oh, I'm sure I'll enjoy it fine. Like even those other two G.I. Joe movies, they're not great movies, but they're like, this is okay to watch. Like
Right.
this is not okay to watch. Like there's nothing that you're looking forward to.
Yikes.
A lot of Tokyo though, cheapy.
Is it?
Like
Actually, there
yeah.
isn't. There isn't.
It's probably fake.
Oh, no, they do like flybys of everything.
Yeah, they do a lot of like there are scenery shots of
Right.
Tokyo,
Yeah.
but the movie was actually shot like the ninja headquarters
Yeah.
is in Vancouver.
Yeah. I would
Yeah,
imagine.
sure. Like they shot the whole thing within 4 walls, but the scenery that they
bad.
fly by is
It's like
nice.
they stand there in front of like the green screen of Tokyo, like, look, we're in Tokyo.
Right.
And they
Yeah.
have a shot
Nobody
of
believes
Tokyo.
it.
Let's go into this building.
Yikes. Right. Yeah, quick, hurry up. Get inside. It's raining. Get inside. What else we got here? Oh, you finally watched Only Murders in the Building finale?
Yes, I watched the finale.
Did
It
you
was very
enjoy?
good.
You
Yeah.
enjoyed.
Mhm. Yep.
It's a delight, that show. Just a
It is.
delight,
Too bad it's
Funny.
over.
but thrilling too.
Yes. That's all that I won't spoil, and that's all I'll say
Good.
about that. I
Good.
also watched another documentary on Netflix, the Edgar Wright documentary on the Sparks, which is a underground cult band, I'll say, like an indie cult rock group that I also am not that familiar with, but I was familiar with the documentary that Edgar Wright was making because I thought it was interesting that Edgar Wright, the director of Scott Pilgrim and Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, was making a documentary about a rock band that I wasn't familiar with. And I watched it and it was very interesting and it's very good. It's long. It's 2.5 hours long.
Okay.
The band has 25 albums and they literally go through every album. So if you're not into
Never
that,
even heard
then
of them.
Who are we talking about?
Sparks
the
Brothers.
The Sparks.
Oh, the Sparks.
The band is called Sparks. The documentary is called The Sparks Brothers.
How do you
and
find
it-
this, dude? And
it's
you couldn't watch Dune?
This was a major release. This was a theatrical release documentary because it was directed by Edgar Wright. So
Right.
Okay.
I never heard you had heard of them?
Yeah. No, I hadn't. That's what
Oh.
I'm saying.
Okay.
I had never really heard of the band, so I
Okay.
wanted to watch the documentary because Edgar Wright doesn't make many documentaries.
Something must be very special
did
about
they
them.
name the WNBA
Exactly.
team about them?
Yes. Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're from Los Angeles, it says.
Sponsored.
I was that in the movie? I'm being honest.
No. Oh no.
No, it wasn't. Okay.
No. It was not in the movie. I think that's just coincidence. So
'Cause
yes,
I've heard
they
of
are,
the LA Sparks.
they are an LA band too. Yes.
But they're not called the LA Sparks. That's the basketball
No.
team. Right?
Mhm. Right.
All right. We understand. These are
Okay.
two different
But
entities.
it's an interesting documentary about a rock band that is somehow successful without any of the three of us ever really hearing of them before.
That's the theme of the documentary.
Basically, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Mhm. Yep. What is success? I guess might be if you were, if I
Interesting.
was the hypothesis.
Sounds good. You recommend it?
I do.
Good. You know what's not been recommended by many people? The
What?
Marvel's The Eternals.
Well, I'm seeing it on Friday.
You are.
and
You
I'll
got
let
your
know.
tickets. Holy shit. Look
Mhm.
at you.
Yeah, I got them today.
Wow.
I got an email from AMC with the buy one ticket, get one half off. And I'm like, you know what?
Oh,
I'll buy it on Eternals for that deal.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
What sucker did you get to go with you? I mean, who's going with you?
My son really wants to see it.
Well, no, I'm just kidding. I would like to go see it. but I'm not going to the movie theater. I'm assuming it's going to be on Disney Plus, and then I'll watch it there.
I mean, eventually.
Yeah. I can't really see myself going to a movie theater anytime soon with a mask.
Why is that?
I don't like sitting there with a mask on when I can sit at home and watch movies with no mask on.
You don't even, and after like 5 minutes, you don't even.
I don't like it. I just don't like. Ty was in a play last weekend,
Mhm.
and not only was the audience, not only the audience had the masks on, but the kids had the masks on in the play, which made it like really hard to act and understand what they were saying and everything else. But my mouth gets like really dry. I don't know. Maybe I'm not
you have to
breathing
go
right.
to like my theater where the seats are big and they really are spread apart. Like the people in front and behind me are easily 6 feet.
I get it. I just I like my home theater right behind you.
Well, that's
right behind me, not you. That'd be
but I
weird.
want to see it. I do.
Yeah.
I know it's mixed. I'm like, I don't like the CGI villain of the week situation that this movie has going on.
I haven't watched anything. I want to support Kumail, our boy Kumail.
Yes.
But I did read a great interview with him on Vulture. If you want to read a really cool sort of article.
Does he talk about us?
No, but he does play video games. He does have a select group of video game friends that he games with to like blow off steam with. That seems like they're just his gaming friends. And I guess we didn't make the cut.
No.
But that's okay.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, next time. What does that mean?
I don't know.
All right, let's move on. Let's get out of here. Let's before we do Wamba, get ready to do a word from our sponsor. But
Okay.
Before we do that, somebody thought that we did not celebrate the CAGcast 700th episode properly. Hold on, let me just grab this here. So somebody got this Carvel ice cream cake that says Happy 700 CAGcast.
Nice.
And
Looks like you're that somebody.
I am that somebody. And I just want to eat it right now while I do the ad. So go ahead.
All right. Well, you're a busy guy, clearly eating cake.
I have to eat this cake really quickly. So yes, I am busy.
So stop thinking about what to wear and just embrace the radically efficient Mack Weldon Daily Wear system. The Daily Wear system is a selection of clothes rooted in smart design, made with performance fabrics and built to work together. From breathable t-shirts and polos to stylish button-ups and shorts, underwear, and beyond, Mack Weldon makes it easy for you to dress for work, leisure, and play, or wherever your fall takes you. I am a big fan of both the Sunday pants, the Ace Sweat pants, the Ace Sweat shorts, and I wear Mack Weldon underwear every single day. I'm actually also wearing Mack Weldon socks right now, and they are incredibly comfortable.
Socks?
So yeah, Mack Weldon socks.
Shipwreck's doing tricep exercises.
That's nice. For the ultimate lazy Sunday, their Ace sweatshorts have modern tailoring and pair perfectly with their ultra soft, ultra upgraded Pima tees. For weekend travels, both near and far, their silver knit polos and radius shorts are the perfect high-tech, highly packable combo. Buy some time this fall with Mack Weldon Daily Wear System. For 20% off your first order, visit mackweldon.com/CAGcast and enter promo code CAGcast. That's mackweldon.com/CAGcast. Promo code CAGcast for 20% off. Mack Weldon, radically efficient wardrobing.
Wow. Good read.
How was
let me
that
just put this
cake?
back in the cooler for later.
So you bought that cake for yourself, huh?
I did, actually.
Nice.
Is there anything better than a Carvel ice cream cake? Really?
No,
There really isn't.
there is not.
And
I like a good flying saucer from Carvel, but really the cake's where it's at.
I had not been inside a Carvel in a very long time. And I said, there needs to be a proper celebration of 700 episodes, and only a Carvel ice cream cake could really mark that occasion.
I thought going to Restaurant X would do it, but whatever.
Nah, a Carvel ice cream cake. And much cheaper. Very cheap.
Much
Very
cheaper.
cheap. And recreatable. Anybody can celebrate that way.
Mhm.
As long as you have $17, you can.
I don't have. So
Oh.
I have $17, but I don't have time to go to Carvel at this point. I could grab a Klondike bar.
Oh, it's not a time sensitive matter.
Oh, okay. Just
Yeah,
checking.
yeah, because we're already on episode 703, and I'm just getting to the cake now. Anyway, how about some new releases? We're just getting to that now.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Yes.
What we got? We got Black Widow Recharged.
You've been playing that, right? Or you've been playing something else that was recharged?
I played the Centipede Recharged. Millipede.
You liked it?
Oh,
No,
is this
Centipede.
like an Atari thing?
Yes.
This is an Atari thing. Black
Oh.
Widow. Did you play
Atari is
Black
recharging
Widow?
everything.
Did you
not
play
just
Black
hats.
Widow before?
I don't think I have. I'm not familiar with the Atari game Black Widow.
I wasn't either. Now, I'm
Okay, so I'm not like
No, you're not crazy. The crazy thing is like that's one of the ones that they recharged. Because
Wasn't that an arcade game? Or no? Am I crazy?
I'm sure it was.
I will look it up.
it makes
I
sense.
I do not remember this game.
Yes, it was. I knew it. It was cool. And it was hard. And it was kind of rare.
It's got
1982.
great SEO now.
Yeah, right.
Good luck competing with very small companies who own the same name.
So I bet that's all right though. The Centipede Recharge is pretty good.
Hmm.
So
When does Missile Command Recharge come out? Or is that something that already came out and I just haven't been paying attention?
no, I think Centipede was the first one, and then they do have 3 or 4 of these coming out. I think that they're recharging.
It's probably an
Um,
effective strategy.
It is I legitimately like $10 games that are pretty good and offer like a couple afternoons worth of fun.
And have a little bit of nostalgia built in? I mean,
Sure,
it's a hard
The
thing
problem with
to-
this one is like not a lot of people are gonna know what that is. Right? Like even me knowing what it is, I still saw it on the list and went, "There's a Black Widow game coming out."
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I'm like, is this like a Black Widow cell phone game that they put on the on consoles for $9.99? But no.
What else do we got here? We got
I've
We
been
got some-
playing
what do you
a
got?
little bit of Unpacking.
oh, okay, that's on Game Pass.
That's on Game Pass. That I actually used that to test out the new cloud gaming on the console.
What kind
So
of
I
game
didn't
is that?
even- It didn't install it, but
Zen.
Unpack. It's very zen. So you're given a room, and there are cardboard boxes, and you open the cardboard boxes, and you take the things out of the cardboard boxes, and you place them in the room, and you have to find a place for everything in the boxes. And I did the first 2 levels. I did the child's bedroom, and then I did the dorm room, which has 3 rooms. And it's the art style is, I actually kind of like it. It's like pixel art, not 8-bit, but pixel.
I'm looking it up right now.
And it's very relaxing. It's a cool down game. It's not a game you're going to play for hours at a
What would
time.
it pair well with?
It would pair well with a battle royale game.
Oh,
Where-
for Fortnite. This would
Yeah,
pair well with Fortnite.
This pairs well with a Fortnite or an Apex because Apex, that's like a short, your short burst, high energy, adrenaline style games, and this is a no adrenaline, something to play before going to bed game. Does that make sense?
It does.
So-
I'm gonna check it out. I feel like I shouldn't play it really close to bed because I
Maybe
really think I would fall asleep.
Yes, you would probably fall asleep playing it if you're already tired. But if you're not tired and you notice it's bedtime, this is a good bed game to play to help you get ready to go to sleep.
Cool.
And I actually mean that as a compliment.
Sure,
Yeah,
it's a chill
they-
game.
Yeah, that's what the game's supposed to be. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's
Mhm.
it's not a adrenaline pumping game like Riders Republic is.
It's NyQuil.
Exactly. It's a good thing to play after Riders Republic.
Have you played it?
Are any of us playing Riders Republic?
No, I did not. No, I didn't ask for it. So
I don't know that I want to play that. I mean, I played the demo and it was actually really good and I was impressed. But
do you
Also-
want me to ask for you?
no, I have the Ubisoft thing on PC. I could play it on
Okay.
PC, but I just
Okay.
I don't know. Like Forza's coming out. Like how much driving am I going to do? I'm playing Far Cry. I'm flying shit. I got the wingsuit in there and guns.
What
There's
level
no-
are you now on Far Cry? I know it's off topic, but
Like 13, maybe 14
oh, I think we're the same level. Nice.
coming up.
Yeah.
Yes.
You caught up to me quickly, but
So I can appreciate Riders Republic and it looks cool, but I'm not in a rush to join the Republic, if you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
That makes sense, Chip? You're nodding your head like that makes sense.
No, that makes sense too. I mean, I similar reasons. Forza's coming up. I've been playing a different racing game that I'll talk about in a little bit. So I'm good. I also know that that's a Ubisoft joint.
Right.
So
Cheap
you don't want to get it on day one.
Right.
Because there's going to be a better version of it later that has a whole bunch of stuff with it, and it's going to be cheaper.
What racing game are you playing?
It's later in the show.
Later in the
I'm
show
sorry.
game.
Sorry.
Anything
I
that's a
didn't
new
know.
release that we're missing?
I mean, Mario Party Superstars came out, so that'll be a hit in my household, but that is getting stashed away until Christmas.
Right. All right.
That one has all your favorite Mario Party mini games.
I assume that.
Past Mario parties.
I just assumed that's
You got
what
that from
was.
the name?
Mhm.
I'm telling you the origin story of Mario
Does it
Party
have
Superstars.
does it have hit the A button real fast? Because that's my favorite Mario Party game.
It does. I don't know if it has create blisters on the palm of your hand.
Does it have shake the stupid thing? Because that's another one that I was always a fan of.
Yeah.
Shake the stupid thing.
Children
push A
crying.
button.
Children crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Does it have why do I always come in last? Tears? Is that included?
Yes.
Could be.
Yes. It's all your favorites are in there.
Mm-hmm.
It will be. a
Does it
big
also
hit.
have? Does it also have? Look, even mommy comes in last sometimes. Is that one of them? Okay, just making sure it has all the classics.
Yeah, it's got the. Wait, what do you mean I didn't win? I won every mini game in this thing, and you gave all the stars to somebody at the end for no reason whatsoever. It's got that one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I cried watching a table tennis video this week because Adam Bobrow played an 8-year-old girl. She's the champion in Japan, like young girls champion in Japan. And he played her, and I could tell like he was giving up points to her. Like
the lead singer of Counting Crows.
Adam Bobrow.
Oh,
What's that? Not Adam. Adam Derwitz?
yeah.
That doesn't sound anything like that. What are you talking about? It's crazy talk. And so he's playing this girl, and he played her 2 years ago when she was 6. And I could tell like he's not like finishing a lot of the shots. Anyway, the match is very close, and at the end he wins. And they shake hands, and the 8-year-old girl just starts crying at the end. And he tries to console her. And then he goes to the camera and he's like, yes, I could have let her win, which I sort of did when we played 2 years ago. But for her, like, she's going to be a professional athlete, like, even though she's only 8, and it's time to learn, like, you're going to lose some.
What did you say her name was? Anna Begins?
Some Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Japanese girl. And it was really cute, and I cried.
Got it.
That's all I got to say.
Cool.
Are we done with new releases?
I think we're fairly done with new releases.
Excellent.
Sure.
Let's move on.
I think you brought everything to a halt with your boring story about ping pong. Anyway.
At least you're laughing.
I am.
That's the important part.
Shipwreck was laughing too.
Mm.
He smirked.
Hmm.
Hmm.
How about some Cheapy D's Wombats Fortnightly news?
I think that sounds like a good time. I finished a game since we last spoke, and that game would be the Guardians of the Galaxy, or Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, or whatever the full title of the game is.
Mhm.
I quite enjoyed it. I know that Shipwreck might feel differently than me, but it is a very different game. But I appreciate what it is. It does feel, if you're a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, those characters, and you wish there was some sort of like Guardians of the Galaxy miniseries or a Disney Plus show, this is like an interactive Disney Plus miniseries, Guardians of the Galaxy. That would be a way I would describe it.
It has shooting in it.
There's
How much?
It's weird because the second half of the game, it kind of kicks in and there's a lot of shooting.
It does.
Mhm.
Okay. That's what I need. Like I think I felt a little, I don't know. It's my fault because I came into this thinking, oh, okay, I know what this game is going to be. I
And you
watched
were wrong.
some videos. Yeah, like the videos they showed, like it had like you throwing like rocket across a cliff, and like then it shows like all the battles of like, hey, you're controlling these characters and you're fighting things. And then like the first 3 levels is you do that for a little bit of it, but it's mainly just walking around and talking. And that's as far as I've gotten is 3 levels in, because I can only play a level at a time.
So you're in the castle, right? Lady Hellbinger's castle.
Yeah.
Once you get past that, it's a minor spoiler. There's a boss fight. Like that, I guess that's a spoiler. I don't know. Once you get past the boss fight in the castle, that's when you come across a decent amount more combat. There's one level where there's no combat, and then it's like all combat for the second half of the game. It's very different. But I don't know. I really liked it. I think they did a really good job with the game. I was engaged the whole time. I wanted to see what was going to happen next. I wanted to unlock all the costumes, and have complete sets of costumes. That was sort of,
now to do that, like so far, the only way I've done that is I just walk over to a corner and then open up a chest.
Mm-hmm.
That's considered okay.
That's it. There are hidden costumes in each level. Some have 3, some have 2. And and that's how you find the costumes. There's nothing to buy. There's no microtransactions. There's no DLC costumes. It's just what's in the game. I can appreciate that.
Sure.
Yeah. And there's some funny moments in there. You haven't gotten far enough, so I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, don't spoil it. I'm gonna play it. I think really it feels like I finish a level and then I really don't want to keep playing after I finish a level.
I get that. I don't think it's necessarily
back in the box.
No, because the game is it's a wordy game. It's got long cutscenes, and it's the kind of game where you finish a level and you're like, all right, I watched this episode of the Guardians of the Galaxy miniseries that I'm playing.
Yes,
I'll come back to the next episode tomorrow, and it does sort of play like that. And I don't disagree at all with that criticism. I just thought it was engaging and interesting, and I did actually like the combat. And when you're in the mix of it, and getting the characters, I unlocked every special move. I fully upgraded Star-Lord's suit. I got I unlocked everything on him. So by the end of the game, it was like hold down LB, push Y, push X, and to do all sorts of crazy moves. So you can do crazy moves once you get towards. Like the last 3 levels, there's nothing but shooting. So you'll get there. And there's some really nice fan service in there too. Like some good, I wouldn't say like super deep cut Marvel stuff, but like below the skin cut Marvel stuff that I appreciated. So it's worth getting there for that.
Shannon writes in and asks, how does Wombat dislike Gamora because she sounds too Californian? You were my boy, Wombat. You have cut this Californian deep.
It's not that I have a problem with California or the way people from California speak. I just don't think the most dangerous woman in the galaxy should sound like Kristen Wiig in the Californian sketch from Saturday Night Live.
Seems like a reasonable comment to make.
Yeah. Her voice doesn't match the character.
Right. Me. Fair enough. Have you played a lot more Far Cry 6? I
have, because
you sent me that thing yesterday about the Danny Trejo's mission?
Yeah. That you and I both did.
They put a mission out there. Like, I guess I didn't even realize that it was like some new thing they had uploaded, but apparently it wasn't ready for prime time, but both Wombat and I finished it.
Yeah, and not only that, but it was glitched, and it gave me 10,000 pesos when it was only supposed to give me 5,000.
Maybe that was the problem, because other than that, it seemed to work fine for me. It didn't seem any less buggy than all the other missions.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
There's a lot of buggy shit in that game.
You gotta protect Danny Trejo while he makes tacos.
Right.
And you're Danny Rojas, and you gotta, same name as the guy from from Ted
Ted
Lasso.
Lasso, and you're
Lasso,
shooting
yeah.
people. You're shooting people while
And you
Danny
shoot
Trejo
people
makes
a lot,
tacos.
yeah.
It
And you
works.
shoot people in the face while he's making tacos. And he says, "Hey man, you're doing great. You're doing great. You're doing great."
They should have just
Over and
hired
over and
you.
over.
They could have saved a lot of money.
I know. I do a good Danny Trejo. And
I'm getting a little
that's-
tired of the Far Cry gameplay loop. I guess maybe it's almost over. I think are we like almost there?
Well, I'm doing the El Tigre missions.
I did all that shit. I think I did everything but this Maximus guy or something. Do you know who Maximus is?
I don't know if I've done that.
Yes.
Is that the one with the daughter, or is that
No, he's
the
like a
one-
singer or something.
Oh no,
He's
I
a
don't think I've done
musician.
this.
I don't know. I'm getting a little tired of it. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the end, but we'll see. Because a lot of shit is coming out. Like I already downloaded Forza. That's already there. That's already on the Xbox.
Yep.
And it's just like more shit coming down the pipe.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I gotta finish this game quick.
I feel like Far Cry is also something. I mean, you could also put it down and come back to it 3 months.
I
from now
never
and-
will though, because I'll forget all the controls and shit. Like
No, you won't.
You're right. It's not. It's pretty easy.
Mm-mm.
But I'll lose it. I'll totally lose interest at that point. But it's all right. It's pretty fun. I also checked out this game on Game Pass because I saw some positive comments about it on Twitter called The Forgotten City. Have you heard about that one?
I've heard of it. I saw that it was on there as well. What is it?
It's a game that was made by I think 4 people.
This has got a loop to it, right? A time death loop type thing to it.
It's a time travels type situation. It's basically they took it was a mod from like Oblivion or Skyrim or one of those, and they made a sort of like an investigative mystery, like interactive, using that engine, like these 4 guys, and now it's its own standalone game. And I only played about a half an hour of it, but the story was really interesting. Like I want to see what happened. It's basically like there's this lost city of Rome and there's time travel. That's all I know so far. But it seemed like pretty cool. And you'll recognize the engine immediately, Wombat.
Yeah, nice.
You will be like, yes, I've spent 200 hours looking at that zoom in of the NPCs. Yeah, it's good though. It's cool. It's on Game Pass. So Forgotten City. I was impressed actually. Like the story was interesting. I took a bunch of news things here. We can go through them real quick. Everything's being delayed. That seems to be like the big news. Like Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 are delayed into 2023.
I saw delayed indefinitely was one of the headlines I saw. So
for those
2023
Activision games?
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on there? Didn't they remember to make games besides Call of Duty?
I think they're a little too busy being sued or whatever.
No, but I mean, in the pipe, you have to have stuff coming out like years and years of development.
They didn't they say that the delay for these was due to the creative director on both of them leaving for various reasons.
Oh,
I think one of them.
Whose fault is that?
Well, one of them it was their faults. I can't remember if the second one was their faults as well.
They fucked up Overwatch.
I don't remember.
They fucked up Overwatch so bad. Like they should have just made Overwatch like Fortnite, where it's a platform. Okay, maybe you got to buy in once to get in somehow, but we're just going to update it with content and new characters.
They should have by now. It should have been free to play with.
Yeah.
Something.
Some paid component that they could figure out. Yeah, they should have done that, but
they should have.
Bobby Kotick's
I
fault.
remember when Overwatch was a big deal and it had toys and Legos and now no one gives a crap.
It was stagnant. Unlike like Apex Legends, where they're constantly adding new characters and changing the game world.
And EA could get away with not putting out stuff, and they have that steady stream of revenue. Yes, important. It works. I mean, so does Activision with Call of Duty, which is also why they forgot about Overwatch.
Too busy making Call of Duty games.
Too busy making the Call of Duty game that's making all the money
and not getting Diablo ready.
Exactly.
Oh, it sucks. And also Marvel's Midnight Suns is delayed until late 2022. It was going to be early 2022.
That's a bummer because I was looking forward to that one a lot.
That sounds like 2023. Late 2022 can easily become 23.
That's gonna become. Remember Marvel's Midnight Suns?
Right. When is that? When is that happening?
Yeah. What happened to that game? It's gonna be like that. Remember the Marvel fighting game that EA was making? It was like Spider-Man fights original
made it.
characters.
Didn't they make?
No.
Oh, original characters? Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it was like 5 Marvel characters and 5 original EA characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. That never came out. But they
Yeah.
showed a lot of clips of it.
Anyway.
Anyway.
All right. Speaking of Activision, here's a fun game that we can play. Okay. There's an article on Polygon called "The Uncomfortable Truth of Call of Duty's Latest Marketing Campaign." You have any guesses what the complaint is? Now I can tell you, I can fill you in on the latest marketing campaign, and then you can make a more educated guess. But I'm trying to see if you can name the complaint that this author has just from the headline. You want any hints yet about what the marketing campaign is, or would you like to guess what the complaint is? Call of Duty Vanguard. No, you need the hint.
I have nothing.
Okay, so let me tell you what the latest marketing campaign is, and then you can make a more educated guess. The latest marketing campaign is that they've hired real life war photojournalists, okay, to come in and to photograph in game. Like they give them a special camera and put them in like this like room where they can be the Vanguard is being played, and they can photograph it with this like tablet thingy and like different angles and everything, and basically do their job of war photojournalist inside this World War II game. That's the latest marketing campaign. They hired 2 of these guys. Would you like to guess? Would you like to name that complaint? Any thoughts?
Journalistic integrity.
It's disrespectful to the dead people.
No, I thought you were getting close with this sort of disrespectful, but no.
It's disrespectful to real war?
It's icky. I know it's icky.
It's a little icky. Yeah, it is a little icky. The real complaint was that photojournalism in war times is very close to being propaganda. Could be used as propaganda. So to do it in this game, and also it's like it can be used as revisionist history in a version such as this where we're revisiting old wars. So that was one of the complaints. The other complaint was nobody wants to complain. Nobody wants to play a realistic World War II game. That was another complaint.
First complaint I get as a complaint. Second one, I think a whole lot of people do.
Yeah. I think a lot of people want to play real war.
World War II?
Yeah, don't they?
It has been 4 years since they made the last one.
I don't know. It seems to work.
I mean, I liked them in space, but nobody liked that. So
Space one was very good.
I remember when Cheapy spoiled the ending of the space one before, like right when the game came out, and it was all over the internet.
Probably, yeah, whatever. I don't know that it was all over the internet.
It was on the news.
I don't think that.
I turned on News 12 Long Island, and it was the top story.
That's.
No, you're
no,
saying that
that's
didn't
not.
happen?
It's not how. I mean, could be that could have happened, but it's not how I remembered it. What else? I think that's it.
Avengers got rid of some of the currencies that you can buy.
Yeah, there was
too late.
If you remember Avengers, well, here's why it's so interesting. Over the summer, the developers for this game that's been much maligned, that I can't believe that they're still working on a year later. They released a statement saying they were making a patch where they were going to make XP slower in the game. And
everybody loves to hear that.
Yeah, they're like, we think that people, your guys are leveling up really quick. We think it would be more fun for you, the player, if leveling up was slower. And everyone was like, but this isn't a problem. The leveling up is fine. There's plenty of other garbage in this game. Why are you slowing down the leveling up? And then lo and behold, after they slowed down the leveling up, a few weeks later, they announced, now you can pay to level up faster. So it was kind of this shitty thing to do, where not only did they add in these things to help you level, if it was just here are some things to help you level up faster, that's, they cost $5 or whatever.
Right, I
That's
get it.
one
They
thing.
slowed it down, and then they offered you to fix it if you pay them.
Exactly. And that's where it's like maybe one of the shittiest things that's ever happened in this game. It is probably the single shittiest thing they did with the Avengers game. And there was a lot of shit in that show. So it's fascinating to me that this plan didn't work for them. And there was an earnings call today where Square, I don't know, I guess we'll say the CEO, maybe someone,
Sure.
president,
Johnny Square, right? Johnny Square.
Johnny Square,
Yeah.
Jim Square said that maybe having Crystal Dynamics make an event a games as service Avengers game was a mistake.
Why would he say that? That's not a good thing to say.
It was not a good thing to say because this game apparently has lost all the money.
Yeah. Oops.
So I hope they learn their lesson. That's why I think Guardians of the Galaxy, people.
They must have plans to cancel it already if you said that.
Yeah, like
why would you say
Guardians
that
of the Galaxy
otherwise?
is like what they should have done with the Avengers game. There's nothing to it other than play the game, finish the game, move on with your life, and say that was a fun time.
That is weird that they decided to make those financial decisions like that affect the gameplay directly. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It does suck, but I don't know why would I can't imagine like he really said that the CEO said that. They usually don't admit to making mistakes unless they're prepared to correct those mistakes.
Now I have to look it up, but
because that sounds like these guys never admit mistakes. It's like
someone literally sent me the link right before we started the show. So
okay, yeah, because I'm surprised to hear that because I don't know. It sounds like that's not doesn't sound good for the future of the game.
I mean, no, it doesn't.
No.
There's the link. Square Enix president Yosuke Matsuda said the company needed to learn from the game's disappointing performance. Let's see. Crystal, yes, no.
We're firing everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, just read those books about game development. That's always what happens.
Mm-hmm.
They fire everybody, no matter what the game is. After a certain amount of years, they fire everybody. It's basically what happens in game development. Just read either one or both of Jason Schreier's books, and that is the inevitable outcome when you work on a video game. It doesn't. I mean, like a big like a big corporate video game. That's just like
yeah. The games as service model highlighted issues that we are likely to face in future game developments. Development efforts such as the need to select game designs that mesh with the unique attributes and tastes of our studios and development teams.
Ew.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Basically, he was saying it was the wrong studio.
Sure. We should have used those guys to make some other game and maybe not made. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yep.
We do like Crystal Dynamic games.
Yeah.
You
Crystal
like this
Dynamics
game even. Except if they didn't monetize it in that way, you would fucking still be playing it probably.
I don't know if I'd still be playing it. Well, that's just.
I don't know that you needed to still play it.
That was
finished it.
The thing was that you didn't need to still play it.
Right.
Right. You played it and you went, that was a pretty enjoyable game, and then
kept going.
You move on.
More.
Right.
Yeah.
The problem with this game was they kept saying like the story is just the beginning. That's that's nothing. Wait until you see what happens after the game, and that's what they were selling it on.
Because they put out a lot of more content. They put out.
Did they though?
Well,
That's
Black Panther.
They didn't.
Spider-Man out yet?
No. And they were supposed to remember it was a new character every month after release.
I don't know.
We're gonna have a new character every month.
I'm sure
after
COVID
release.
fucked them big time.
We're gonna have Spider-Man before Christmas.
COVID must have fucked them even. Come on, like they're fighting an uphill battle.
Yep.
Anyway, let's move on to what? So someone's playing some Warhammer game. Is that from last week or no?
That's
you.
me. No. So Mrs. Shipwreck and I were searching around on Game Pass to try to find co-op games to play, right?
Okay.
And so we came across some Warhammer game, Chaos Bane. I found the name of it. Warhammer Chaos Bane. It came like
That's the Diablo one.
That's the Diablo one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played a little bit of that.
It do you enjoy sewers?
Yeah, it's a lot of like walking and hitting.
Yeah. It's Diablo.
It's Diablo.
I will say that we play like a level of that a night as well. Like a level of hitting things with your Warhammer is good. The co-op in it is really well done though. Like it values the second player. Like it gives them all the same benefits, and like when you're picking up stuff, it doesn't matter who picks it up. Like it's going to go to the right person, and you share money, and
Nice.
and you can walk around while one person's looking in a menu. The other person could be walking around, and it just like
Perfection.
trails their character behind you. So it's got some nice stuff to it. It's got a lot of sewers though. You're walking through a lot of sewers.
I like those
Game
Warhammer
Pass.
games. They're good
It's
to
on
check
Game
out.
Pass. Yeah.
That's not the first person one, right?
No, this is it's overhead like Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance Diablo style.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I'd check that out.
So yeah, we enjoy those games, and it's hard to find ones that are good for co-op, right? Like they screw up the co-op
Yes,
a lot.
there's a lot of ways they can screw it up. It often feels like it's just added on and they never played it and tested it and felt like, would anyone actually like to be in the second player role? Because they're going to get fucked.
Right. Nobody wants to be Tails. What else we got here? Tony?
Let's you didn't pick up the Ghost of Tsushima director's cut, did you?
I still have that sealed, I think, the original version of it.
Throw that right in the garbage. Get the new one.
Can I upgrade? Can I?
Oh, you probably can.
Yeah, it's like $30.
Okay. Because Tom wrote it and he wanted to know, but you don't have the information.
Sorry, Tom.
Maybe in next month. Let's move up to Nintendo. Have you finished Metroid yet, Ship?
I did.
Nice.
I finished
Oh.
Metroid Dread. I got all of the
Were you able to
upgrades.
go back to that thing and open the door to get to the thing?
I did. Like
Nice.
I went back and I went through the loading screens to get to the thing.
What was your elapsed time on that? Because people brag about that, right?
I don't know if they brag about it or they just
Oh.
put it out. I think my time was something like 11 hours, so it wasn't very quick, but
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to be very quick.
Right.
So yeah, that's a good Metroid game. I enjoyed that. It's got some stuff I wish was better. Ravenbeak is the bad guy's name.
To roll into a ball?
Yeah.
I did roll into the ball. I got all of the
Shoot some
powers
missiles?
rolling into the ball. Shot a lot of missiles. I shot a lot of
Samus
missiles.
is my
at
favorite lady with
Ravenbeak.
balls.
Mm-hmm. She lets out the little balls behind her.
Mhm.
She's got all the Samus stuff that you sit there and go, this is a good video game, but this makes no sense whatsoever.
Does she have the ice bombs and the other?
She
is there
does.
Ice? She has
She's got
ice?
it does the thing where it's like you don't switch between any of them, right? Like it's just like it just keeps piling on. Like, oh, these missiles have like electricity and explosion and ice now. Like
It's all coming together.
I
Just like
like
Far
it.
Cry.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah,
No, see,
yeah,
Far
it's
Cry
good.
doesn't do that, and that's actually one of the things that's really annoying about.
What do you
Far
mean?
Cry.
I got the fire ammo and you got the poison ammo.
no, but this does it all at the same time.
This does it all at the same
Right? Like it's just like, oh yeah,
time.
we're just gonna throw that on top of there just so you have one button for missiles. You don't have to do
Exactly. So
anything different.
if I could make like the one super bullet that was fire, explosive, poison,
That's
armor,
unrealistic,
and
though.
flesh,
How about shooting like two different, like your shotgun and your rifle at the same time?
I would be that would work for me too.
Can't do
I
that
think that
either.
would be actually be pretty sweet. I mean, right now I have explosive arrows that I probably use too much,
Right. I use the shotgun incendiary shotgun. Pretty good.
That's nice.
Everybody burns. Even the
Yeah.
vehicles. Everything burns. What else are you playing? Chip?
I picked up Cruisin' Blast because I'd heard good things about it.
Me too.
On Switch.
I mean, I heard good things. I didn't pick it up.
It's a lot of fun. It's very good. It's got a lot of the stuff that we complained that the Hot Wheels, which we like the Hot Wheels game, but all the complaints we had about it was like not enough action really. Like there's no interaction between the cars or not much to do.
It's very much pure racing. Like
Right. Yeah. Like Cruisin' it's the arcade game, right? Cruisin' Blast. If you've been in an arcade recently. So it's got the like fantastical, like bright colored crap everywhere. There's dinosaurs running across the screen. Like you're unlocking, there's a unicorn I can be instead of a car. Like
That's good.
yeah, it's good, and it's got just enough meat to it without being like overbearing. Like all the races are like under 2 minutes long, right? They're not laps. They're just like get to the end of this race, and it's all got the arcade style rubber band AI. So
You need that. If you don't have rewind like Forza, you better have something.
Yeah. So you're gonna like once you figure out kind of that, you're gonna win a lot. But it's got some secrets to find. You can find like 3 keys, and that unlocks more cars, and your cars you have XP and you level up the cars, whatever. I'm nearly done. I've almost unlocked all the cars now, but
nice.
It's really good. I hope it comes to I think it's a Switch exclusive right now. I hope it comes to the other consoles. The screenshots of it make it look a little bit blocky, but like when it's in action, like there's enough like going on that it's like, okay, this is kind of fun and it looks good enough.
I want to see that in action, not on a Switch, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I hope you get it. I hope everybody gets Cruisin' Blast.
Me too. Let's quickly go through the Quest corner because there was actually a lot of Quest news, but we'll be very quick. We'll go through very quickly with the Facebook Meta news that came out this week that they're rebranding to Meta. Also comes the rebuke, I guess, of having to use a Facebook account on your VR headset. You no longer need to have a Facebook account. You can use, I guess they're going to be changing
your Meta account.
Yeah, it's going to be like some other account. Well, previously there was an Oculus account, right?
But now they're getting rid of Oculus.
But they're getting rid of the name Oculus. So I'm not exactly sure, but as of right now, you can contact them.
All I know is this is what the kids want.
The kids want what?
All the name changes.
They don't want the name changes. They do want.
I was talking with Sabrina about this the other day. She goes, I really like major companies, like mega companies.
Yeah.
But they always keep the name too long. Why everyone should change their name all the time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one good thing that comes with the name change for people who don't want to maintain a Facebook account.
Is it a good, what's the difference?
Because you don't have to have, because with the terms of service there, not only do you have to have a Facebook account, but to have a Facebook account, it has to be like a real person. You can't make a fake Facebook. You can
make a fake Meta account.
I mean, they're not going to have as much information, obviously, as if you set up a Facebook account. In theory, but who knows?
Not
yet. They'll change it. And they also Meta bought Supernatural. They've been buying up a lot of VR game developers. Basically, anything that's in the top sales list on the Oculus store, there's a good chance that Facebook now owns them.
I mean, it makes sense. It's a good buy for them.
Yeah, subscription model seems like a good idea. There's also a big update coming that will let you see people that come into your line of vision. Finally, they will, you don't have to worry about punching your pets or family members because you'll actually see them if they enter your gameplay.
I may or may not have punched my dog.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of videos, though much worse than that. Like, if that's all that happened to you, you're lucky. I've seen kids get cold cocked, like
no,
flying.
I did not. For the record, I did not hurt the dog.
No, but you made contact. It's not. We know you're not abusing animals. So that's.
Or am I?
Right. Not when you're in VR anyway. That's your private time. You're off duty. They're also coming out with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas in VR for Oculus Quest at some point.
That sounds unnecessary.
But they're going to retool it to work. Maybe it could be good. That'd be pretty cool. Like you're in the car and and you're driving like this, with the two things.
That game is it's long and there's a lot going on and it's.
Well, you don't need to finish it. Maybe they make a streamlined version, like San Andreas Light.
Maybe
can we pare that down to 15 hours? No one wants to play
you use the little pointer thing to just point past all the driving.
Right. Well, no, but the drive would be cool in VR, you would think. Or nauseating. I don't know. One of those two. All right, let's.
I think this is the next big thing in VR. Is just them putting out all the old games in VR.
Yeah, but you have to retool them. You can't just like. And it's only certain games will work.
They can do it.
They're doing it with Resident Evil, and it's like it's the top seller, I think, on the store.
Yeah, that's the next big wave of VR.
That makes sense, for Resident Evil.
I mean, it was a third-person shooter.
Too long, yeah.
Yeah, but you can turn a first-person / like somewhat. Resident Evil 4 is kind of a third-person shooter. It's really close to being a first-person shooter.
I could see like Doom. Probably has that been out in VR? Isn't that something?
They had
like
some
Doom
VR thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or back
the
in the
original
day.
Doom. I want to see the original Doom in VR.
Original Doom in VR.
Just you and really muddy graphics.
Mm-hmm. It's sort of
sounds gross. Like I'm vomiting. All right, let's move on. We've made it to the CAG bag. This is from Adam. He says, for Wombat, what roasts do you like the best for coffee? Light, medium, full city? I never even heard of these things. Dark, French.
I usually lean towards a dark roast, but some mornings I like a medium roast. I usually will have a combination of those two, so I could switch it up. First cup of the coffee of the day is usually going to be a medium roast. Second cup of coffee is usually a dark roast. And occasionally I'll go for a third cup of coffee and it might be a light. Like maybe I'll do like that if I'm gonna.
You're saying you're mixing the beans.
I'm not mixing like I have multiple cups of coffee.
Oh, okay. You're not blending two different.
I'm not having dark and medium in one cup.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. I thought like, hey,
that would be weird.
Okay, just checking. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, but I usually lean towards a medium or a dark. So there you go.
Yes. I just whatever. Me, I'm a whatever. Whatever you got.
I like my coffees like I like my cities.
Black?
Dark.
Oh, like you like your men? What movie is that from, Wombat?
That's Airplane.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Clicksby writes in and says, if you could remaster one game from childhood, would you? What would it be? Mine would be the original Settlers game. Like remaster or remake? There's like different, like there's a big difference there between just like giving something shinier graphics and like modernizing it.
You can do a really crappier job on remastering it.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, I can tell. I know.
Sometimes you don't have to do anything. You just have to put remaster after the name of it.
Right.
I mean, I think there's room in the world for a really good elevator action reboot.
A reboot or like a a wholly re-envisioning? A re-envisioning?
What's the game I'm thinking of? That Orson Scott Card game, the side-scrolling game. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
You know the game?
I finished it.
Yeah. What's that game, Shipwreck?
Something.
Orson Scott Card game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I got it right here.
Shadow something maybe.
Shadow sounds right. It sounds like Shadow Complex.
Shadow Complex.
Yes.
The complex of shadows.
Yes.
That game with the complex, like I think you could make a game that's elevator action that's sort of like a Shadow Complex, like visually like that.
Right.
I think that would work.
Van in the chat says Time Splitters too for him.
Yeah,
that's a good call.
Good. Striker said Joust in the chat, which is I don't know, maybe I don't know.
Knight Rider,
Popeye, of course, Popeye.
Adventures of Lolo.
Mm-hmm.
Too many to
Fantasy Zone. I think Fantasy Zone is ripe for a comeback.
Goonies 2.
Space Harrier.
Black Widow.
No, that's stupid. Why?
Nobody would ever do that.
No one would ever do that.
All right,
Goonies 2. I'll take Goonies 2.
Goonies
2?
Yeah, Goonies 2 was good. I'll stick with that answer.
Ooh.
You guys play Goonies 2, right?
Yes.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
On the NES?
Goonies 2 was fantastic.
It was a good game. That was an OG Nintendo game.
I didn't have that one. All right.
Gyromite, maybe? Gyromite?
No, we don't need that. I don't need that. Nobody knew how to do that. No one ever successfully played a game of Gyromite in the history of Nintendo. No one knew how to put it together, what the thing was supposed to be doing.
My friend and I used to play that game, but I was the robot. Like, because, it was just hitting buttons on the other controller, the player 2 controller. So I would just be the robot. and that's how we would play that, and we would win. But anyway,
Right. There's a lot.
there's
Van also in the
I feel
chat
like
says
you
siphon
could, you
filter.
could do a remaster of like the original Ninja Gaidens, like the NES Ninja Gaidens. I feel like that you could modernize that a little bit.
Yeah, add more frames of animation.
Yeah.
like
Well,
all
what
of
about
them.
what about the Shinobi game, Shinobi 2, where you fight Spider-Man and Batman?
Well, little known fact, the Shinobi games suck. Have you played those?
Not in a
Not
long
recently.
The
time.
most robotic ninja ever.
I
Was he a robot?
I
I don't remember.
remember. I think I played Shinobi 2 like every day.
Yeah.
For-
I mean,
for
I played,
prob-
to be
for-
fair, I played Shinobi like crazy too. But when I was playing it, I was constantly thinking, this kind of sucks.
This guy sucks.
Yeah.
It's did you know that Spider-Man's in this game? That would be the thing you would say to people.
Sure.
What
I think I'd
about
rather play Ninja Gaiden.
the Legend of Cage, which I later learned is called the Legend
Kage?
of Kage.
Okay.
That was a good game. That was a good ninja game.
Mm-hmm.
That was maybe
It's a
one
lot
of
of
the.
good ninja games. Let's just remaster all the ninja games. Well, Thurston would be in there. Why not?
You could start a fund.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This
The
could be a good
Ninja
investment.
Remaster collection.
What's the one where it's the red guy versus the white guy, and the referee just goes like this when you hit him once?
Karate Champ.
Is that Karate Champ?
That's Karate
Thank you.
Champ, yeah.
I was
You
thinking
get-
Karate Fighter, but I knew it was
Are you-
wrong.
We don't need
Are
to
we gonna go for
remaster
like
that.
kung fu and stuff too? Or are we just gonna be like pseudo ninja remasters?
Yeah,
I
that's
just
not.
wanna-
Those aren't ninjas. Karate's not ninjas. Come on, that doesn't count. There's plenty of other ninja games. What about that
Right,
Bruce Lee one?
There's a Bruce Lee ninja?
There was a Bruce Lee game on Commodore 64, and he's sort of like a ninja in it, or
Well, I
he
know
fights
Black
ninjas.
Manta. I
No,
remember
he
that
fights
one.
samurais. Actually,
That was another bad ninja game. But
Which one?
I
Ooh,
played
You know
it
what they
a
should
lot.
remaster?
Wrath of
Remember
Black Manta?
those the Spider-Man game. The it was like text adventure, but it actually had pictures.
the
What was that?
Infocom games,
Oh,
I know those.
Quest Probe, wasn't that what it was called?
something like that. There were a few of them. There was a Hulk
Quest-
one.
Yeah, yes. Those they should that would be better than the Avengers game.
Bite Lip.
Questlove. It was Questlove.
No.
It was Questlove.
Yeah.
Drumming, lots of drumming.
Yep. You have to type in Bite Lip to turn into the Hulk,
Mm-hmm.
and then it works. All right. We have to wrap up the show because I got to eat some more of this cake as soon as possible. And also, I'll remind you to watch us every Wednesday night, 9:00 Eastern Time, twitch.tv/cheapassgamer. And also, we have a Discord, discord.gg/CAG. And also, we have a Fortnite creator code for Wombat. It's Wombat5277. He likes Fortnite, and you do too. So buy V-Bucks with Wombat5277. And also,
Tonight's episode was brought to you by Mac Weldon. For 20% off your first order, visit macweldon.com/CAGcast and enter promo code CAGcast.
yes, thanks everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bread's done.